for yet another edition of The Closed Fist. I'm Russ. That's Joey. It's Will. Hey.
Hey, girl.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Is that Sister Abigail? Sounded like it.
Hating already.
Do you really want to stoke the fire right now?
I mean, the whole Sister Abigail thing is terrible.
Yeah, come on.
And so is the Pumpkin King or whatever the hell he is right now.
Oh, my God. That would be the Demon King. The Demon King's cool.
Yeah, but right now he's the Pumpkin King.
Yeah, did you see his
Jack Skellington?
Yeah, I prefer not to. I prefer to forget about that.
Yeah, we all are.
Bring in Sage Sin. That'd be awesome.
Oh my
I agree with that one.
Pumpkin Queen.
Aleister Black.
Ooh.
Sage Sin. Bring her in.
TLC, the next pay-per-view.
We have a lot of changes.
Oh my goodness. A lot of illnesses.
Yeah.
They all got to stop sleeping with Alexa Bliss.
Oh my goodness.
I said that really low on purpose.
Let's see here. Well, in one of the big matches, The Shield versus The Miz, Sheamus, Cesaro, Braun Strowman, and Kane.
That was a hell of a surprise. I'm not going to lie. I did not see Kane coming.
I mean,
Awkward and weird and random, but never saw that coming.
Is it awkward, weird, and random? Because he needs to get vengeance for his brother.
Or he's going to get retired by... Well, he's not wrestling this time, so it doesn't really matter.
So it's actually 2/3 of the Shield and Kurt Angle.
yes. Now, why?
It's true. It's damn true.
Now, why is Kurt Angle in the match?
There's so many other people they could have put in there.
We said that earlier, but who do we think could go in there?
Been John Cena.
Well,
for all we care.
But they're trying to get away from him.
But
That's your dream.
Right.
They're performing your dream right now.
Don't get me wrong.
Get rid of John Cena.
Like this is not how you're going to bring Kurt Angle back. I would have completed a storyline to it, just not throw him back in a match at a pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, this is like this is a last second replacement pretty much because Roman Reigns is ill.
I agree.
Samoa Joe's still hurt.
There's somebody.
Samoa Joe would have been perfect.
Yeah, perfect. That's the first person I was thinking of, but he's still hurt.
Hopefully he comes back soon.
Who else they got?
I don't know, but I wouldn't have thrown the GM into that mix yet. I would have waited on him.
I think with all the rumors of him, because before this there been rumors about him going back in the ring,
Threw AJ into that match.
But okay,
Could have brought somebody over from SmackDown.
I don't know if you guys saw it. They cut a bunch of promos after a house show last night, and they put them on the website, and they had an interview with the Shield, well, minus Roman Reigns, of course, and then they had an interview with the other guys. And this is what we were talking about yesterday. He's got heat with both sides. A little bit, because the promo with Rollins and Ambrose was, it's fine. You can strap your boots up. We know you can work, but don't get in our way, kind of thing. Yeah. You're the GM. Don't get in our way,
2-on-5.
And then the other guys cut the promo that he's been holding them back the whole time. Putting us in bunk matches, whatever it is. He's, so there's heat there. So they're trying to give you a reason to be like why he's there. So
well, but at the same time, though,
the Shield and Angle pull out of this as winners, I'm done too. There's no way. At this point, you're going to have those three beat those five.
Well, I think if Roman Reigns was still involved in a match, the Shield would have won.
Yeah,
that would have been fine.
Now they have to change that. There's no way you can let that ride.
They make last second changes right before the match starts. So who knows where they're going to go with this? It makes more sense, and I hate to say this, have the Miz win.
They have to.
And then
you have to at this point.
And then go from there. But you know what? Everybody's going to say that. And then right before the match starts, they'll flip it around.
Do you know before your very eyes, The Miz is almost running Raw? Do you know that?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I like The Miz. I think he's a great heel.
I think he's doing good work right now. I think he is.
You guys
Some of his best stuff was between him and Cena back when he was calling him out on it. I mean, he's not afraid to go there, and I like it.
He can read a script. That's about it.
But he sells it.
He can read.
Yeah, and he runs. He's a coward. It's good stuff,
he's
man.
a perfect heel.
Yeah.
I've always liked The Miz.
He's the real world.
And then
hasn't been in like 30 years, but hey. That was when MTV showed music videos.
When they put Curtis Axel into the match, They're gonna put. He's gonna join up with Kurt Angle in the Shield.
Yeah.
Oh God, that'll be terrible.
Oh,
He was at number 5.
I'm telling you.
But now, with all these with all the illnesses that have stricken the company, out of all this, we have a match that a lot of us have been kind of
Dream match.
hoping that would happen. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
They'll put this on the pre-show.
Cancel it and make it
Wombat
Raw.
alert. Here we go. Here
Put
we
it on
go.
Raw. It'll be on Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
Superstars, but seriously though, I mean, this could be a match that could be
Match of the year.
match of the year, match of the
They
last
can win a
decade.
Slammy.
Let's not get ahead of
I know.
ourselves. Because we were pleasantly surprised by the Usos and the New Day.
Yes.
I don't ever get, let's see. I mean, I want this to be great.
As long
but
in the
let's
middle of the
see.
match, there's not locusts projected onto the mat. And
Who would do that?
do you
Who does
remember when
that?
they did that?
Oh, I don't know. Go sing your whole
it was a
world in your
break, yeah.
hands.
But
World in his hands.
AJ Styles replaces Bray Wyatt, who has fallen ill,
Yeah.
along with his brother Bo Dallas. That's why we haven't seen
Right.
them for a while.
Bo Dallas has been out for like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, he's been out for a while. Well, I guess that's
Viral meningitis.
viral meningitis, which takes it. I haven't had anything close to that, but I've had.
takes a toll.
I mean, I've had illnesses that have been put me out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The
maybe.
good thing is at least they're releasing
Oh.
why. There's no more speculation of what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. So Bray Wyatt's illness gives fans a match that, hey,
People want.
it could be awesome. But
Okay, so just let's get it out of the way since we're talking about this match right now. Let's get it out of the way. What did you two? I'm going to go pose the question this way. What did you two think of the Sister Abigail angle? Go.
WWE Wombats, pardon my language, effing blow.
Okay.
They destroyed yet another opportunity to make something great. They destroyed it.
how many we've speculated over the last year? About that, 'cause
Who would they bring in? Yeah.
Crazy Mary Dobson,
That chick
could be
from TNA that we were
chick
talking
from
about.
TNA, Rosemary,
Yeah.
Sage Sin.
Sage Sin,
At this point,
and they
I'd
make
rather
it an
Will
alter
be.
ego.
He looks like somebody's grandmother with a shawl on.
It is.
Like literally.
I would bet,
There you go. Thank God we don't have the.
He was just
wrestling
using a
figures out
Snapchat
here.
filter. Leave him alone.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
A
Hi, Mom.
Snapchat filter. A Snapchat filter.
I mean, it was no better than what they did with Finn Balor and his little orange makeup back and
I'm
forth.
telling
I'm
you-
in the middle of the ring. Now I'm gone. Now I'm on the big screen. Now I'm this guy. Now I'm that guy. It was stupid. They're trying to take what could be cool and destroy it.
What an image that goes over in my mind was when they had WrestleMania in Dallas. I think it was Dallas.
Fireflies.
100,000 fireflies.
Yep. they dropped
It was one
the
of the
ball.
most. It was one of the most amazing things I had ever seen.
Even in the articles that we read and that we post back and forth on our Facebook page, I mean, everybody's
What's the
saying
Facebook page?
The
Closed Fist?
Closed Fist.
The Closed Fist Facebook page.
Cheap plug.
But I mean, people are calling them out. They're burying a guy who could be phenomenal for that company.
The Undertaker's character wrote itself for 25 years.
And this guy should have been the replacement. They shouldn't have let him lose as many matches to as many people, and he should have retired the Undertaker.
This is one of those characters. This is one of those guys that needs to leave this company.
Yes.
He needs to leave. He needs to go out, and he needs to do
Follow
his
Cody.
own thing. He's not going to get any better. They're not going to turn. They're not going to turn it around. I mean, do we see this getting any better for him?
No.
No.
They had their shot at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
When he won the belt.
When he won the belt, that was I mean, they turned him into a transitional champion. They could have made him a multiple champion. Champion, but you know, when
he buried that whole family except for Braun. Sorry,
Braun Strowman. Well, Braun is like
he never should have left SmackDown. First of all,
he should have been the champ on SmackDown. He got screwed on that.
He should have been the monster.
Yes.
On SmackDown.
Yes.
Like they have him on. They have Braun Strowman. They have Samoa Joe. They have Brock Lesnar. They have all these guys. He should have stayed on SmackDown and been the monster down there.
Yeah, he should have been the Maharaja.
Yeah, my God. But you know, and I remember reading an article, I think it was WrestleZone.com, I think, that said that they will not know what to do with this character.
It's true.
With Bray?
With Bray. Because Bray Wyatt is one of those characters that's like, has layers to him. It's
complex.
It's a complex character, complex mindset that you have to be careful of. And the key to characters like this is letting them evolve. And they never let him evolve.
They got to give him some control over that character. And some wins.
Well,
can't drop every match that's important. He's what, 0-2 to Finn right now, or 0-7 at this point. Including the matches on Raw. It's terrible.
To me, if you are a writer and you run out of ideas, you need to find a new career.
It's like, and I hate to use this because I hate this man, but it's like putting Brady on the bench in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's a waste. It's a waste of talent.
Yeah. Okay, now you have our feelings.
Well, I'm not going to get it all as fired up as I did, just because.
I want to put you through the table.
If you want to go that road, we can. I at least get a chair. But
I'm cool with that. Yeah. These are breakaway chairs anyway.
I don't know. I thought it kind of ran its core. His character. You guys are gonna get mad at me. I know.
They made it stale.
If you blame the writing, okay, I think it ran its course when they dissolved the family. I think they could have made him champ with the two big goons behind him. They could have had he could have been an indestructible thing. Well, it could have been awesome.
Yeah, he should have.
And then they could have gone from there, like you said, evolved the character and gone from there. But when they broke that up,
they lost to Cena is when that all happened.
When they broke that up, honestly, I said this yesterday. When they put Daniel Bryan in the mix, why? When they put Randy Orton in, why?
And that's the writing. You can't blame the character. You got to blame the writers.
And maybe you're right. And but I live in a world of make believe, and I do not think the writing has anything to do with it. But
I'm sorry. I think everything. I think everything in the WWE that's a problem right now is 100% writing.
I was under the impression. I was under the impression that he had a little more creative control than some with his character, at least initially. That's the way I thought. The way I read into it was Triple H gave him a little more wiggle room with the stuff he was doing with the character because, like you said, it's so layered.
Or not TNA on
it's
NXT.
so layered, and they built the character that way. They gave him the creative control to make that he's like Max Cady from Cape Fear. The movie Cape Fear is where I see the character came from. Anyway, I'm getting all long-winded here, but I'm just saying. I think they ruined this character a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
And they never should have broke up the family, the whole thing.
The sister Abigail is that.
And he's Husky Harris. So there you go.
Yeah.
Get mad at me every time I say it, Russ. Go ahead. I think it's hilarious.
You're a jerk.
How am I a jerk when facts are facts? We were just talking about factions, and his name was in highlights.
I know. And then we go to the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka versus Emma.
That's going to be like a 4-second match.
That's a squash match.
That's a squash.
That's a, hey, I'm here, I dominate, I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much.
But now, okay.
But I'm looking forward to seeing her.
Is somebody going to get involved in that? Well, they were. I'm trying to think of who was talking about it. Like Asuka and Emma.
I mean,
with Nia Jax, another one who's kind of stepping out of the.
Well, she's been given a leave of absence, so.
Why? 'Cause she's The Rock's cousin.
Yeah.
She's not making enough money. I'm not winning the belt like you told me I would.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what?
The Rock's cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Everybody's The Rock's cousin. It's the only way to get a job in that place. Bray Wyatt's not. And that's why he's buried.
Yeah, but we'll look for Asuka to. This is where it starts, and we'll see where it goes because she's undefeated since she's been with the company. So we'll see where that goes. Cruiserweight Championship: Kalisto versus the Furby.
Can I lay my head down now?
Go ahead.
Night.
It's your boy. How are you not going to defend your boy?
It's not my boy. I liked his little promos he used to cut. It was funny. I don't find him funny anymore. Other than when he called out 205 Live. That was the last good thing he did.
Awesome.
That was
when he
last good
surrounded
thing
the
he
ring. And now I'm going to get fired up. When he surrounded the ring with basically the 205 Live roster and called each one of them out. Out of the 12 guys that were out there, 15 guys, maybe 3 or 4 of them weren't super great. They were but the rest of them, there was some funny stuff in there, man.
That's the thing. I like him when he's funny, but he's just become a douche.
Yeah.
And that's perfect. He's the heel. Talk about heel work. You talk about the Miz. Douche, right? Yeah, douche canoe. Okay, same thing. He's doing his job. You don't like him.
Yeah.
And I like the finisher. I like the finisher. So different. Who else?
Well,
I'll give you that.
This is
one.
Pop the shoulder out with the foot to the jaw. It's pretty cool.
I like that
Sorry,
one.
I'm backing up here. I'm getting fired up. I think it's pretty cool, man. And I was a big non-supporter of that guy with the whole him and Cass thing because I wanted to fall asleep when him and the little kids.
Now you have Enzo getting his push. They may have lost somebody in the process. Neville. Looks like.
Do we blame Enzo?
No, but I think it's.
I think Neville was played out anyway at this point.
I think Neville shouldn't have been on
King of the
205 Live.
Cruiserweights.
I'm done with him.
Well,
Bring back Evan Bourne.
is that a shout out?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I liked him better.
I thought he was coming to
Same
Buffalo.
character.
I thought he was coming to Buffalo. That's why.
Yeah, well, Matt Sydal. He's coming to Buffalo, but yeah.
Anyway, it's both. He's played out, yeah. Like he went nowhere on the main roster, and 205 Live. At least they gave him what we were just complaining about before with Bray Wyatt. Give him a belt. Give him this. They gave him the cruiserweight belt. He did nothing with it.
He should just go back to Lord of the Rings.
He's a great in-ring performer. He's probably top notch. He's fantastic, but
don't you need? I mean, okay, you replace him with Enzo, who can't wrestle for shit.
But everybody else in that division can.
But everybody else can. But you can only carry a guy like that for so long.
You should only carry somebody who has no charisma too.
Neville's got more than you think. I mean, I think he's decent on the mic. I mean, he's not great, but I think he's decent.
I can't sit through anything he does.
Do you ever notice though the British guys they push, and this is just an observation more than I'm not dogging anybody, but that they never work out.
Bad News Barrett, what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
well, that was injury too.
Regal?
But Barrett, him, is the American audience? Do they just go? Do they not care? Is it like a thing? You know, because like you said, he's not terrible.
No,
He's not terrible. You know.
But boring.
But you know what though? Okay, you lose him. That's another great in-ring performer lost. You're not gaining anything by something like that happening. The thing
You're opening up a spot for somebody down below to come up.
But you're not gaining still. You're just replacing.
It's the Bobby Roode effect, I think.
But the thing I think what pissed him off and what's probably pissing a lot of them off is that you take Enzo, who never spent a day in the cruiserweight division.
Right.
You throw him in there, you throw him, and you just give him the belt.
We're just trying to create heat.
You're trying to create heat, that's fine. But there's a difference between creating heat and creating hate.
They already hated him.
They could have created the heat and gave him the title right back after, 2 seconds later. You know that's going to happen.
But at least give it a little time. at least give him a little time to establish himself in the cruiserweight division, not just throw him in there, give him the belt, and then say, here you
Here's
go.
the thing, though. If they would have thrown him in there and let him wrestle his way up, he can't wrestle his way up.
Yeah, but they could have worked around that. I mean, they worked.
I think he would have gotten
They're
buried.
working around it now.
He would have got buried.
Then you're making your point. You're making your own point here.
They're making that. They would have done that anyway.
And fight.
Well, I'm just saying that you're making your own point there.
But yes and no, because if you take Enzo and you and they just threw him in there and they do it the right way and just have him not wrestle his way up but work his way up, because he can't wrestle for shit.
The problem is 205 Live is horrible ratings, so that he's the.
That's what I was just gonna say.
But the way that they've done 205 Live, it had no choice but to have horrible ratings, because they put it right after SmackDown. You have SmackDown that's on free TV, and then you have 205 Live that's only available on the network. People are so lazy that they're not going to sit there and say, oh, well, let me go get my laptop and watch 205 Live now. No, they want to see one right after another. The smart thing would have been to take 205 Live and put it right after NXT. That way, you're right in front of your computer anyway. It's right there.
I think the whole cruiserweight division needs to go away anyway.
That was my
They're
thing.
not impressive to me.
It's
The cruiserweights didn't work in WCW.
Nope.
The cruiserweights aren't working here.
They should give the 205 Live to the ladies and have the ladies just wrestle.
They should have one match on SmackDown and Raw for the cruiserweights a
They
week.
should have matches on TNA because nobody watches that either.
That's a whole.
We're not dirt sheet. I'm not burying anybody.
Sorry.
That's okay. They're doing a fine job on their
I
own.
know, right?
But I just think that they made a huge mistake with 205 Live right from the get-go, right from the Cruiserweight Classic. That's when
What
they
have we been
should have
talking
had
about all day? They've been making bad decisions across the board at every level.
I know. And then we go to another Cruiserweight style match.
Sorry.
Actually, I like Cedric Alexander. I think he's pretty good. But Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann against Jack Gallagher and the Brian Kendrick.
Who are these guys?
Yeah.
Other than Brian Kendrick, I have no idea who any of these people are.
Yeah, well,
I
Jack
love
Gallagher, the
That
guy
was a
with
great.
the emblem.
I do have to say the Jack Gallagher Neville match from like 3 pay-per-views ago.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good.
I just can't get into it.
That was pretty good. And
I
then
give them credit. They all have phenomenal skills.
I'd wrestle in
I
a
can't
suit.
get into it.
And the kickoff show, Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox.
Talk about getting buried.
However, that's one hell of a wet dream for me.
This,
They're my two favorites. I'm not gonna lie.
ice, please.
Cold shower.